till it's gone. It needs paradise, put up a parking lot.
Paving paradise and putting up parking lots. Sound familiar? Without strategic planning, Joni Mitchell's words could become an unfortunate harbinger of our Shire's future. Cate Coorey is the founder of the Byron Bay Residents Group and was also instrumental in forming the Community Alliance for Byron Shire, or CABS. Cate is running as a lead candidate for the Byron Community Independent ticket, along with 3 other CABS supporters. I spoke to Cate Coorey about public engagement in Byron Council policy making.
Basically, I suppose really it's about strategic planning and planning for the Shire in the future. I think strategic planning for the whole Shire is really important, and we need to do it with a massive amount of community input, particularly with regards to the fact that there are plans that the state government has that we have to work within, and if we don't have input into that, and if we don't have community input into the local plans, then we really miss out on creating something into the future that is sustainable, that maintains community well-being and all that sort of stuff. So I'm very keen to see those things laid out and in a way that really sets us up for the future.
You've been one of the biggest backers of the People's Charter for Better Planning. Will that be something that you'll be trying to ensure that Council sticks more to? Or?
Very much so. The Community Charter for Good Planning was adopted by Council more than 18 months ago, and it really has yet to be implemented. Probably the most stunning examples of ignoring that charter was the Rural Land Use Strategy and the Coastal Zone Management Plan, both of which were done with no community consultation. The Rural Land Use Strategy, most people will know, is about how we use our rural land into the future, and it's a strategy that's meant to go over 20 years. And really, it looked like it had been drafted by developers, and it was really about urbanising rural land, and that was the main thrust of it. And we were told that there were going to be suburbs dumped here, and here, and it didn't integrate with anything else. It didn't even integrate with the state's plans. So something like that, using our rural land and using it well is so important. And there's a lot of, new and innovative farmers around, particularly the younger farmers who are starting out. They're doing smaller holdings, they're producing sort of boutique products and things like that. And which isn't to say that some of the older farmers aren't doing really good stuff as well, but to really make the best of what is, a beautiful area and make it a food hub would be just fantastic. But the Rural Land Use Strategy that was presented did not in any way provide for that, and it didn't even look at where growth should happen or any of that sort of stuff before deciding to put suburbs down. I think when we get back into council, we'll be taking a very good look at some of the decisions that we've made in the last 4 years, whether they require legal scrutiny or whether they simply require scrutiny by virtue of the fact that process hasn't been properly undertaken.
What would the first actions be that you would plan to take in council should you get elected?
Immediately to withdraw the Coastal Zone Management Plan. It's a travesty of planning, and it had no community input, and it was so woefully done with no environmental impact statement. I mean, really the only plan for the coast, for the whole of the bay, is to put a rock wall in front of a few houses. So that one definitely needs reconsideration. Also, I think it's extremely important for us to have a plan for residential growth in this, and we need to start. That's in train at the moment, so that needs to be furthered and it needs to get set in stone, because we can't keep just putting developments down without determining where the need is, where they should be going, what infrastructure is required. So that's really important as well. And of course the Rural Land Use Strategy that we discussed earlier definitely needs to be recalled. I think the state will reject it anyway because it's so poorly done.
There's been a lot of controversy since Simon Richardson brought up the idea of reopening the rail trail. Where do you stand on that?
Yeah, look, I would love to see some kind of multimodal transport system along that side. I think there could be a bike trail. I think there could be some form of public transport. What that will be, I'm not sure. Whether it would need to be some kind of public-private partnership, I'm not sure either. A lot of people have said that, putting some kind of train in there will be prohibitively expensive. But we're looking at, a massive tourism population that possibly could support that. I don't know. I certainly will look forward to see what Simon's putting forward, but any use of that that will enable us to get cars off the road and get people onto bikes as well and walking, I think is fantastic.
So why did you decide not to run for mayor?
I'm new to community campaigning, and I just don't have the hubris to imagine that I can run the Shire as mayor. I wouldn't go down that path, you know, with so little experience in that respect, and I admire anyone who undertakes it, but it's not for me right now.
Who will your party be giving your preferences to as mayor?
We determine preferences because we prepare a how to vote thing for our people, so that's, you know, when they get a how to vote ticket from us, they'll see that we've put Simon as our first preference for mayor, yeah.
Any last messages you'd like to leave us with?
Vote for somebody in the community who's been doing the work, who doesn't have a vested interest and doesn't belong to any political party.
Hey, farmer, put away the DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, or leave me the birds and the bees. Please don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone. The Cate Paradise, put up a parking lot.
That was Cate Coorey, lead candidate on the Community Byron Independent ticket. You can find out more about Cate's campaign at communitybyron.com.